Dogecoin looks like it's been trending down ever since we came up to the red level and got rejected and started heading to the downside. What I was looking at is this support, giving me a trend line going to the upside like this. We pretty much came down and bounced on that trend line, and then we came up, and it looks like we're getting pushed down to the downside again. Basically, what I'm thinking is, okay, so in my last video, I was saying that we're waiting for a breakout. We have a top right here, top like that, sitting around 17 cents. And then we have a bottom right here, right around the Fibonacci retracement level, sitting around 0.15633. The bottom of the bodies was right here. It kind of wicked all the way down to around 0.15449 right there. And then when we came down right here, we pretty much went exactly to that level. So I'm kind of wondering if we should move this little resistance, this white line right here, down something like this. So instead of that other line around 0.15633, we're now looking at 0.15477 approximately. I think that's right. So yeah, a little bit lower. Let's see. Okay, so what I was going to say though is in my last video, I was saying if we break this one going to the downside, or if we break this going to the upside, then we could get more confident on going to either 20 cents or 2.202 approximately from 17. If we could break 17 cents, then maybe we could go to 0.202. And then if we were going to break 0.156, then maybe we can start going to 0.145 or maybe 0.151. I'm kind of looking at this 50% level though now, and we could even argue that the Fibonacci retracement level is sitting at 0.13946, excuse me, and that would be the 61% level. Right now we're sitting at around the 50% on this bigger chart. And okay, so with these levels, I'm getting it from the Fibonacci retracement from this trend, from the bottom to the top of this trend. With these other Fibonacci retracement levels, I'm getting them from this bigger trend. We have this big, huge trend from the bottom to the top. Then I'm getting the Fibonacci retracement tool, dragging from the bottom to the top. And then that gives you those levels. So what I'm thinking is, so in today's video, we broke that other line right here, but we kind of got support on this one. What I didn't really talk about is before we hit these levels, we're going to probably have to break this trend line and this trend line. So if we go straight and we're still on this trend line, then I'm not still very confident on this one. But once we do start breaking that, and once we break this one, and if we break this one, it kind of looks like right here, if we broke it right there, then this level at 0.14537 is going to be more possible. I was looking at 0.15101, but we're already very close to that level. So I think if we broke a support level, that we'd at least get a little bit of movement. I mean, you could argue it's a channel pattern because we have the top. We have resistance, support, giving us a channel basically. So we would drag from. Actually, you know what? It also could be is a double top, and then a top, and then basically like an inverted W pattern, an M pattern, I guess, something like that. Because I just noticed because there's only a couple point of contacts, but let's say it's something like this. You drag from the bottom to the top of the trend or the channel, M, whatever you want to call it, and then drag this to the breakout, and we'd be looking at a target of around 0.13946, which lines up with that Fibonacci retracement level, the 61% level. That's kind of interesting because that's actually how I've been kind of playing things lately, is just, okay, if we break one Fibonacci retracement level, then I'm just going to start looking at the next one. But yeah, I mean, I know we were in this big uptrend, so I was kind of wondering if we were just going to get an uptrend and then get a 50% retrace and then head back to the upside. That's kind of what I was looking at, and that's why I was just looking at that Fibonacci retracement chart from the bottom to the top of this. I know there's a lot of things on this chart. I was thinking to going to another chart, to like another Dogecoin chart, and basically just deleting everything and basically showing you how to get there from scratch, because I know some people are kind of new. So like I was saying, we're on the Dogecoin tether to buy on Binance, and we're on the 1 hour time frame. We had this nice little run up. We can do, and we could just kind of focus on what we've been talking about in the video, from the top to the bottom of that chart, and we got the Fibonacci retracement tool over here, drag from the bottom to the top. Then what else were we looking at? We had this trend line. We had support, giving me a trend line like this. And I was saying if we break this trend line going to the downside, then we could get more confident on these possibly. But then also, like that other target, okay, so this is the bigger Fibonacci retracement chart. We have from the bottom of this big trend to the top of the trend. Let's go ahead and drag from the bottom to the top with the Fibonacci retracement tool, just like we did. And that is going to give us other levels, and that's why I was saying so right now we're at the 50% on the big one. If we break this, it's definitely possible that we go to the next one sitting at .13949, and that is where I got that other target, that's pretty much the M target, or it's basically a channel pattern. I mean, it's basically at the top of here too. So we had the top, and then we had the bottom and bottom so far pretty much. Let's go ahead and do something like that. And then if we drag from the top to the bottom of something like this, but we'd have to get some volume, then that brings us down. Actually, that also lines up with this other one too. That's kind of funny. So it lines up with this 61% .13920 and this 61% line at .13943. That's kind of interesting. So, what made me think of the 50% though is this 180 moving average is coming in right here. I'm on the 1 hour time frame, but it does line up with that 50% right there. So let's see what else. Yeah, that's very interesting. Now I'm kind of looking at that 130. Let's go back to this chart. Now I'm kind of looking at this 139.46 area. This target right here. Yeah, let me know what you think. Though we haven't broken to the downside yet, so we're still waiting for a breakout. I mean, we're still waiting for a breakout to the downside or to the upside. If we break 17 cents, then we can start looking at this 2.202 again. But as long as we're trending down, then I'm going to be looking at the targets going to the downside. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at. Let me know, or go ahead and watch the video right here to see what I was talking about in this morning's video. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.